Valley's AM1230 KXO Central California. And we wanted to share with you an event that is coming up. And, well, it's an event that you may be aware of from the not too distant past, but we haven't seen it in a while. But it's back. Sara Griffen from the Imperial Valley Food Bank. We are talking about Pallet, and Pallet. Okay, it all sounds the same, but they're three different words. What's going on here?
Hi, Carol. Good morning. I've attended the old event, the Fall Festival at the St. Peter and Paul Episcopal Church for many years, and it was known as the Pallet and Palate, referring to taste palette and artist palette. And through some relationships and time and detail, the church is handing that event off to the food bank to continue the 60-year tradition of that event. And we work in a warehouse filled with pallets, the third spelling of the word, and it just seemed the right thing to do. We're just going to add it on there and refer to it lovingly as P3.
Okay. Now, as I remember in the past, there was always some wine and cheese and light hors d'oeuvres, and there was always local artists on display, and many very, very talented artists. But, okay, it's the food bank. So are we going to have surplus USDA cheese, or are we going to have something good? Francis?
They're going to have something good. What we have always done in the past is try to get some cheeses and some wines that aren't the usual one you find in the grocery store. So we get those, and then we add other things to it. We've had the wine, we've had cheese, and hors d'oeuvres, light hors d'oeuvres. We've had added beer. And these things were all done in the past 60 years we've carried on. In 2019, I decided after 60 years, and I was doing it probably for about 19 of those, that it was time to give it up. And then the pandemic came, so that really made us give it up. But Sara had helped with the setting up the art in previous years, and so I got to know her. And I thought what a nice thing it would be to hand it over. And she approached me one day and said, "What are you thinking about on the Fall Festival?" And we nicknamed it that. And so I said, "I'll be glad to turn it over to you." So they have picked my brain, and I've gone to committee meetings and answered lots of questions, but I have no responsibility. So it's really lovely. And they're a wonderful group to work with. So they're trying to keep up the tradition and and I told them, change it all you want, because it needed to change after that many years.
Okay, Francis Rice, we go back to when it was at St. Peter and Paul Episcopal Church, and always just a fun event.
Yeah, it was a fun event because we did have local artists, and the people coming like to vote on the best on each classification. And then we had the wine and the cheese and the tasting. It was all just tasting. We didn't sell anything. And the beer. And people just enjoyed getting together. I should tell you one incident. I thought we have a cement round circle area out there and in the yard, and I thought, gee, it would be nice to have dancing. And so I asked, and we had rented a platform out for dancing, and nobody danced. It was a total flop. And I suddenly realized why. People didn't come to be with their person they were with. They came to visit with everybody else. And so dancing was not in the picture anymore.
Okay, so we have some good food to look forward to. Marty Dinally, I know you're involved in this as well, and we'll find out what you're doing and what else we should be aware of.
Well, thank you, Carol. First of all, I want to reiterate that this is Thursday, October 27th, 7 to 10 p.m. at the Imperial Grove at the Imperial Valley Food Bank. You can buy your tickets from ivp3.org. Okay, that's important. Also, $25 now, $30 at the door. Okay, so also parking. Obviously, we're going to have to park all the way around the industrial park. El Centro Motors, who is a major sponsor of the event, is going to provide their shuttle to pick up people from their cars to drive them to the gate.
Is the old man going to be driving that shuttle?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And by the old man, we're talking about Tom, your husband.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. And he's excited about it. We're excited about it. We're excited about the whole event. We look forward to it.
Okay. And now, is Tom going to be wearing a chauffeur costume in honor of what he's doing and Halloween coming up?
He could.
Okay.
He could.
Okay. And again, Sara, this is a significant fundraiser for the Imperial Valley Food Bank, but your work is ongoing year-round. One of the things that we have said, not just at Christmas, but all year round, it amazes me the number of people that depend on the Imperial Valley Food Bank and the outreach that you have with other community partners. And with the way the economy is going, I know the need is growing as inflation goes. If you go to the grocery store, you see how much more it's costing you. There are that many more people in need. Yeah. It's a wonderful job that you're doing. This is going to help?
Considerably. We have another event that we run, the Harvest Bowl, which is pretty much at this point for sponsors only, just because of the limited amount of seats. And so we're excited about adding P3 to our repertoire, as it were, because it's so much more accessible and so many more people can participate and support the food bank and its mission. Because yes, times are difficult. We just went through such a stressful pandemic, which was such a burden on the food bank. And so now we have a whole new set of issues that we're having to deal with and navigate, including supply chain issues and rising prices and the cost of transportation. All those are really affecting our ability to be able to get good food to the people of the valley who do need it. And many of our friends and neighbors are struggling. And so we are consistently seeing about 24 to 25,000 people a month that need assistance.
24 to 25,000 a month.
Yes.
And that's huge.
Yes.
So it's roughly that's about 20% of the population of the county.
Yeah.
And I know you partner with a number of other agencies, and you do everything you possibly can to stretch that dollar, but it's getting that much more difficult.
Absolutely. We have good partners in the county. Certainly, Salvation Army and Catholic Charities are our longtime partners. Many other smaller agencies. We also have a pantry at IVC, and we will be doing the grand opening of a new pantry at SDSU in Calexico on November 1st. So we're excited to get to those places. You don't necessarily think about colleges, but actually college students have some of the highest rates of food insecurity. And so
you can only live on ramen so long.
This is true. Or someone else's couch.
Yes.
And we're happy to be able to get food to those places where people really do need it.
Okay. And again, Pallet, and that is the taste palette, the artist palette. Do we know any of the local artists that are going to be there?
Yes, we do. Many of our artists from the past have come year after year. Gene Stroud, Judy, Jack Litch,
Ginny Ryerson.
and, I want to say, I can't think of names.
Jack Taylor.
Jack Tyler. We have some
Tyler,
bowls from
sorry.
Jack Tyler.
Yeah.
And so this time, too.
And some new artists as
right,
well.
Yes.
Opening up for new artists and new media. They're having some wood pieces and some other pieces instead of just paintings.
Okay. Sounds like fun. And it's one of the things that it showcases talent that there is in the Imperial Valley. And I know Mary Alexson has shown in the past, and a number of other people, Ginger Ryerson,
She's showing again.
always participating. There are some very, very talented people in the Valley, and this will
Absolutely.
showcase them.
Yes.
And it's a big city event.
Well said.
Okay. and it's this Thursday night. You want to go through that again?
Yeah.
Thursday night?
Thursday night, the 27th, from 7 to 10 p.m. at the Imperial Grove, which is located at the rear of the Imperial Valley Food Bank on Aten Road.
A very nice and very comfortable space.
Thank goodness. Yes. After many years of struggling, we are in a very comfortable space. Thank you.
Okay. We thank you. It is Pallet. It is Thursday night, and it is an opportunity for you to enjoy yourself. And with beer, cheese, and wine, what could go wrong?
Music and art.
Music and art. And it's all for a good cause, the Imperial Valley Food Bank.
IVP3.org.
IVP3.org. Okay.
Or a phone call.
Or
Yeah.
a phone call to the food bank.
Well, people still use phones. Amazing. Okay. We want to thank Francis Rice, Marty Dinally, and Sara Griffen from the Imperial Valley Food Bank. It's IVP3.org. Get your tickets, and we will see you there, okay?
Thank you so much.
Thank you, ladies.
Thank you, Carol.
And we are the Imperial Valley's AM 1230 KXO El Centro.